Wow. The lightning is striking. You can feel the electric juices flowing. It's a lot of what you would call static. Kinetic, static energy. See, when you play with electricity, you're going to get shocked every now and then. Hit the like button, good people coming through the door. We're talking about people that play with fire. We know they eventually get light burns, right? But now you got people that's playing with electricity and they get shocked. And when you play with electricity, you get electrocuted when you least expect it. When you least expect it, that's when you get electrocuted. You don't see it coming, you're not prepared for it coming, then boom! Bolt of lightning. And that's what happened with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless decided in his infinite wisdom to do what he always do. It's all about the show. He doesn't care about feelings. We got a show to run. So he's going to tell you how Shannon Sharpe felt. After Shannon Sharpe was basically looked at and shamed on social media for backing down to Skip, and how Skip just moved on his business as usual, and so did Shannon. But they were like, see, look at Shannon. When he thought about that check, he kept himself in check. That check was more important than his dignity. Even though he was completely humiliated. Something he would have never done to Skip Bayless, and thought Skip had enough respect to not do to him. And that's when the lightning gets to striking. Oh, it's cracking now. So the reason why it's cracking and going off the way it is because you actually now have a definitive reason to know Skip Bayless is not going to ever change in his old age. He thinks, look, he's not on social media. He doesn't get caught in these outrages. It's part of the job. But he is super sensitive when it comes to him. He screams, he gets loud, bangs the table, gets real defensive and sensitive when it's pertaining to him. Now, here's the news. Skip Bayless is 100% right when it comes to Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. He's 100% correct. And everybody else knows it too. They know it. The Bucs are losing and has nothing to do with Tom Brady. It has nothing to do with his marriage. Got nothing to do with that. They have an offensive line that's terrible. The wide receivers are not getting separation. Guys are hurt and out there playing hurt. And they're not a good football team right now. They're not playing like a good football team that they have the potential to play at. They're not there. The whole receiving core is damaged. And guys are trying to play and they're not getting separation. They're not getting open. You have gotten 0 from Cameron Brate. But let's throw it on Brady because that's the guy who's the quarterback. Plus, they're tired of him winning. People just tired of Tom Brady winning. And they just want to see him lose. They're screaming Deflategate. I'll be like, do you even know what that is? Well, they said he did it. So that's all they want to hang on his head because they're tired of him winning. We get it. But the truth is, he's not the reason for the Bucs season looking the way it is. But it's good for television. So Shannon Sharpe bites down. But what pisses him off, and here comes the lightning, And this is when that lightning starts cracking and starts fizzing. When you start throwing in all of these different disrespectful tones, comparing yourself or taking Shannon Sharpe, which he's very proud of his career as a tight end, and he always felt like he's been ostracized. Like they never really mentioned Shannon Sharpe. When they mention all the great tight ends, they'll go to Tony Gonzalez, but won't mention Shannon Sharpe. And it does kind of piss Shannon off, the disrespect that comes to him when no one before him was doing what he was able to do. Tony came during his process and still didn't have a better career than Shannon Sharpe. But yet, Shannon had much success. A lot of it they don't put on Shannon Sharpe, like he was along for the ride. Shannon played a very pivotal part in Ray Lewis's Super Bowl run, and especially during the Super Bowl where he took a lot of pressure off of Ray because they had the whole thing with the, stabbing situation. But Skip decided on his Skip Bayless show to semi-apologize for what had happened. Can you believe that? So let's listen to what Skip said in a faster motion. So he basically didn't apologize. He just said, I'll amend it, and said, well, Tom Brady's the best quarterback. But he, like I said, to Skip, it's not a factor. He's never factoring in how he's going to feel about it. He's speaking for Shannon Sharpe. We got over it right away. We got he's my greatest competitor. We got over it. It's business as usual. That's what I told you. He only sees the show. That's it. He told his own, well, I don't even know if he married her, but his longtime partner and girlfriend, you are going to always be second to the show. My job comes before you. You're going to have to be okay with that if we're going to move forward. He was definitely serious. And she said, okay. So we know what matters to Skip is the show. That's Skip's concern. Skip has no children. Skip has a dog and his girl and that show. And that is all he cares about. He is not finna start harboring a battle and anything. You'll be removed from the show before he goes into anything that's personal. It's personally concerning him. But Skip doesn't realize you can't speak for someone else. They have to speak for them. That's the thing. You can't speak for Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe has to speak for Shannon Sharpe. You can't do that. So that's where I stand there after listening to that. That's not a man who's sorry. Now, I don't understand for the life of me why certain people do like the weirdest things. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shannon Sharpe is going to get more heated by this because in the comment section, when people were talking to him, when he responded back, when people were talking about Shannon's accomplishments, and he was like, I don't know why everyone doesn't know how great he was as a tight end and what he was able to do. So it does bother him. Even though he's in the Hall of Fame, he hated the fact that he was overlooked and they bypass everything in the world just so they can come and do what they're doing. Yeah, it was terrible. A lot of people was writing in talking about Skip, Shannon, go do your own thing. And as I told you guys, Skip and Shannon are completely different. Like this show belongs to Skip Bayless. It's Skip's show. So even though Shannon Sharpe's name's on it, that's Skip Bayless's show. Fox Sports is what Shannon Sharpe is signed to. He got a contract with Fox Sports, which means he can move to any show or start his own show. As many has said, they should start the Shannon Sharpe, should go ahead and move on. And down the road, they could split this up. Skip doesn't want that. Skip doesn't want to split. He wants Shannon Sharpe on the show. He loves what Shannon brings to the table. Even when the show gets a little dull, Shannon would do something that normally ignite a ratings jump into the show. But normally, their ratings jump up when they talk about Tom Brady, LeBron James, or the Dallas Cowboys. And that's what basically the flagship of the show was built on. Now, when it started, it was the Colin Kaepernick situation because that was what was happening at said time. And Shannon Sharpe became a household name because everyone was siding with him in the scenario. They were like, that's it. That's the guy. That's what we need. Shannon Sharpe. He's speaking the truth. Stephen A is scared. Of course he was scared. Steve is pro company, pro boss, pro employer. Shannon didn't have that mentality. Shannon has the mentality of this is some bullshit. So that's what his mentality was. And that's what people gravitated more to him. And people started to realize what Stephen A. Smith actually was. When Stephen A. Smith never pretended to be anything other than. People just assumed. It was like, brother, you ain't a brother? Like, no, he's pro check. He's pro you got the money, he got the time. Now, occasionally he's going to say something right, but it's not for the same reasons you might think. Now, as it relates to me, I look at Skip Bayless's bland explanation as something that I hope he cleared with Shannon Sharpe before he starts speaking on Shannon's behalf and saying, well, how Shannon felt and how Shannon feels about it. And, oh, Shannon's all right. Yeah, I think that's for Shannon to say. I do. I think that's for Shannon Sharpe to say, hey, I'm cool. I'm moving forward. I don't think Skip Bayless should make a video basically saying, I'm sorry if everybody, took it the wrong way. So, because he ain't sorry for nothing he's done. He's sorry y'all took it the wrong way. That's his approach. Now, because of that facto, the world is being treated to a rude, very rude awakening. Now, for me, I would much rather want to learn how to do other things. If I'm Shannon Sharpe, I'm trying to get involved in a whole bunch of stuff because I'm getting about. Y'all ain't finna have me here all day killing myself. I'm hitting the bricks, babe. We up out of here. That's what you got to be thinking about. Because at the end of the day, this thing could turn left and Skip get mad. Now he wants you off the show. Next thing you know, you won't speak. You see with Shady McCoy over there, he was drunk every episode. I think they finally got rid of Shady McCoy. Shady's on a vacation. Shady's in AA somewhere. Shady McCoy be on speak, slap, just looking at Joy's boobs like, mm, mm, mm. So what's your take, Shady? Huh? Oh, whatever Joy just said. Damn. Mm, mm, mm. Like she said, man. Just incredible. Marvelous. You alright, Shady? Yeah, man. Don't ask me about my business. Shady McCoy. Yeah, they gonna have to get him back on the I Am Athlete or something. Put him back over there. Well, he could get away with doing that. They could. It ain't a live taping. Shady McCoy be slapped. Well, a lot of people thinking different. A lot of people want to choke people, scratch people over other people's mess. But Fox had a lot of situations with problems, and they had to get rid of him. Chris Carter was ready to flip tables over because he's like, "Yo, man, you shorted me on my paper." And they was like, "Okay, you're fired." He got a little too what they would call niggerish up in the Fox studios. Yeah, he had to go. His bags were packed. Jack. It's very fortunate and unfortunate what happened, but I appreciate it. Cash out questions. Oh, we got quite a few. Yeah, a lot of people start hitting the cash up. It's like people just discovered my cash app. It's right in the banner. It says Carcito right there in the banner. That $ Carcito, whatever they do. Yeah, you'll see me there in a green shirt on. Yeah, that's me. Now, when you see that cash app and you want to leave a question, yes, it's not a lot of. They don't give you a lot of space to leave a vast question, so you got to find a way to shorten it. Question number one from the Cash App. Question. I've actually did this video. That's Superman, Black Adam thing. That's art. That's actually done. But thank you. We do appreciate it. If Dave Chappelle stealing jokes, can you please make a video on that? I might make a video on it because I do get a lot of y'all saying that even now. What do you think about people's beliefs about? I'm sorry, I can't answer that. because it cuts off. But before you got to a point, um, I don't know what you mean beliefs into what. But thanks for the Cash App. Talk about Michael Jordan's double nickel game against the Knicks. Can you please do a video on that? Okay. Chino, did Death Row kill Tupac? Uh, Death Row killing Tupac. There's so many theories out there that Death Row had something to do with it, or they made it look like it was Lane that did it. It was all kind of things going on. It's like, what do you want to believe at this point? It's like 30 years old. Almost everybody involved has passed away. So, it's just at this point, are we even entertaining this anymore? Cino, why you haven't talked about Megan Thee Stallion's case? Are you on the Rock Nation payroll? I wish. Come on, tell Rock Nation to make the check out to Carcino. KAR. The Rock Nation payroll. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was such a thing. But they're paying me not to talk about it, huh? Okay. That would be a first. But I made a video talking about this case on the Patreon. The entire case. Who I think did it, the whole thing. It is on the Patreon. So now, when you see it on the Carcino for Life Patreon, which is also in the banner, and the link is in the description of the video, once you go and see and click on that, you can make your own assessment. Very simple. So, yes, it has been talked about. I don't want to release it because I don't want to add on to it, make 1,000 videos. I think this case is already over. All right, let's go to the next one. See, no, you're wrong about Kanye West. And you are scared of MK Ultra. Ultra, whatever. I'm not scared of none of it. Dude, listen. We have talked about way more dangerous things than whatever Kanye West is speaking about. Way more dangerous. So, if you just haven't been on the Patreon, that's just all that is. Because that's just retarded to even say that. But it is what it is. Next one. Respect, big homie. We need more Eazy-E stories. Eazy-E stories? Sure. I mean, Eazy-E got a lot of stories because Eazy-E actually was tuned in with everyone. Everyone. He was in Atlanta. He's in Chicago. He was in New York. He went literally everywhere and had visions on making this thing better. And I know I was it was shocking that Eazy-E, a lot of the people that was around him never knew a lot of this stuff that I knew about Eazy-E and was like, I researched it because I thought you was lying. And you was right. So I just wanted to give you your props. Like somebody just pulled up like one too long ago over an Eazy-E video I did a while ago. And was like, man, he did not come all the way out there. And he's like, we researched it and found out he did. Man, I was like, I thought you was lying all the way. I was just gonna make a video to just say you was lying. But I'm proud he researched it. Man, your Ennis Cosby video really opened my eyes. That all of this was in front of everybody's face, and it's not even it's undeniable. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and this Cosby situation was something else, and they tried to pin it on Bill like, you know, it was a massive situation. I decided, I asked on the Patreon, I just decided to let the whole world see it earlier than they ever was supposed to get it. Prodigy and Tupac. We got Prodigy and Nas on the Patreon. We got a lot of stuff over there. I've never seen Stephen A. Smith talk down to white folks. Why is that? Well, I think we addressed that. Just happened to be on it here earlier. He doesn't, he's going to respect power. He's going to respect the complexion. That's just the way he is. That's Stephen A. Smith. He's pro employer, pro everything. That's above paying him. Whoever paying him, that's what he is. Check your email. Sent you. Okay. Balenciaga been trafficking for years. You got to research deeper. Okay, Balenciaga going in there. Anthony Davis is a bit. you Why y'all give us him? I didn't give Anthony Davis to y'all, man. Thanks for the cash app donation, but I did not give Anthony Davis to y'all. I don't have nothing to do with that dude. Um, what's the problem with the Golden State Warriors? The Golden State Warriors problem is the Golden State Warriors. They've signed the wrong people. Like Poole should be gone. Let him go somewhere else and get his hundreds of millions of dollars. Signing Poole was a bad idea. Wiggins is paid and he's not really playing up to Wiggins' potential. Poole believes, like it's my show now. And defensively, he's not been on point. Klay Thompson is a better defender, but offensively, he's not really been Klay. He's lost a step. And that's basically it. So, who you think shot Meg the Stallion? I think she shot herself. Uh, like I said, Patreon, answer all of that. You should really check out the Pat McAfee show if you haven't. AJ Hawk be making good points. Don't really deal with him. He's a Aaron Rodgers nut hugger, so that tells me right away he's plus he's a kicker. So yeah, that about it. That does it there. That's strike one, strike two. I'm like, you ain't been a Terry. I don't think I need to be going through this with you. Um, well, we'll do one more and we'll get up out of here. I don't want to keep everybody on this. I loved your video on Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Gave a lot of insight. Okay, there's no question there. Okay. Can you cover some of the other hip hop artists like Slick Rick stories or Dana Dane? I think I did a Dana Dane shit, Slick Rick, or why they broke up. But thanks, that's cool. I don't think Big Daddy Kane is gay. I was on the Patreon. Did not agree. Okay.
He's talking for the rest of y'all. It's a story on the Patreon about the information. Obviously, he thinks this is my statement that I'm saying that about him, which I'm really not. If you actually read the layout, this was said about Big Daddy Kane once he appeared butt naked in this doggone magazine. So we show you the magazine, we show you what happened, cheeks out, the whole nine. Now that's just that. You got to remember this is the '80s, dog. This ain't like 2018. Uh, yeah. Well, we'll just leave it there. Get the Patreon. Yes, I will make a video about Charlemagne situation. Not scared to do it, dude. Why come every time you don't make a video about something, everybody think you scared or something? It's like you might actually be busy because there's other topics and things going on, and I'm a clear, perfect example of being busy. So on that note, it's your boy Carcito. Thank y'all for y'all time. I'm out. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. There's 4 videos in the corners. Check those out. Deuces.